Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to 90 Day Fiancé latest news. Except for the constant buzz of the machinery and the slight murmur of voices coming from the hallway, the hospital room was quiet. The antiseptic white walls were adorned with gentle, golden patterns as sunlight filtered through the blinds. Despite his obvious exhaustion, Jamal Menzies sat up straight on the hospital bed, determined to hide any signs of weakness. Under the strong fluorescent lights, his normally healthy skin appeared pallid. But his thin little smile did not waver. Kim Menzies sat next to him, her elbows resting on the edge of the bed as she leaned forward. Her knuckles were white from the tight hold of her hands on Jamal's. Her maternal instincts were in full force as worry carved deeper lines into her face, and she had scarcely left his side since the torment started. She kept thinking about the worst-case possibilities, even after the doctor reassured her that there was nothing to be concerned about. With a tone that was softer than normal, but still had the humor that had always been his trademark, Jamal said, "You don't have to hold my hand like I'm about to float away." "I'm all right, Mom." The doctor said, "I just need rest." And you heard it. Kim mustered a grin, but the terror still lingered in her eyes. "I understand, sweetie. I am aware. However, observing you like this..." Unable to complete the notion, she drifted off. Both of them turned when they heard footsteps coming toward the chamber. The door creaked gently open when a shadow passed across it. Chantel Everett was standing in the doorway. The obvious signs of concern on her countenance overwhelmed her normally composed and assured manner. Her hands trembled uneasily at her sides, and her eyes were ringed in red, as if she had been crying on the way here. Chantel paused for a time, staring at Jamal as she appeared to muster the bravery to enter. It was startling to see him laying in a hospital bed. She had always known him to be strong, resilient, and full of life. She finally inhaled deeply before walking into the room, her heels clicking lightly on the flooring. "Jamal," she continued, her voice a little shaky but full of earnestness. Her gaze flicked briefly to Kim before returning to Jamal. "Kim, as soon as I heard, I came. Are you all right?" A small but sincere smile appeared on Jamal's face. Despite his weakness, he called Herb Shantel in a friendly tone. "You didn't need to travel this far. However, I'm happy you did." Shantel approached, moving slowly and deliberately, as if she were terrified to disturb the delicate tranquility of the space. She watched as the robots silently checked on Jamal's health. Kim assumed a protective stance, and Jamal tried to look stronger than he actually was. Emotion clenched her throat, but she forced it down, determined to maintain her composure. She steadied her voice and said softly, "Of course I came. Jamal, you are family. I would never leave you after everything we've been through together." Kim, who had been silently observing the exchange, eventually said something. Sincere thanks impacted her voice, making it softer than normal. "Thank you, Chanel. Seeing you here means a lot." With a nod, Chantel's eyes briefly locked with Kim's. Despite her own struggles with family relationships, she had always appreciated the bond between Jamal and his mother. She was once again in awe of Kim after witnessing her silent power. Chantel drew a trembling breath and returned her focus to Jamal. Her voice was full of emotion as she said, "You've always been there for me. There's always calm in the storm. Without you, I don't know what I would do." Weakly, Jamal extended his hand and touched hers. Even though his touch was gentle, it was unmistakably warm. "Hey," he murmured in a soft yet forceful voice. "You don't realize how strong you really are. In addition, I'm not leaving. This is merely a minor glitch." Chantel laughed softly, her voice a mixture of relief and laughter. She shook her head, repeating, "A hiccup. Only you could make such a thing seem so informal." Kim's eyes softened and she gave a small smile. With love in her voice, she continued, "That's Jamal for you. As stubborn as ever." The tension that had pervaded the room was broken by the three of them sharing a quick giggle. For an instant, it seemed like everything was back to normal, like they were just having a casual talk at home rather than in a hospital. As Chantel turned to face Jamal, her countenance once again became serious. "Please give me a call if you need anything at all. I mean it. I won't leave you to face this alone." Jamal grinned as his typical humor sprang to life. He answered, "I might just take you up on that. But really, Chantel, thank you. To me, it meant the world." Kim felt a wave of comfort as she saw the conversation. She had always been aware of Jamal and Shantel's intense love for one another, but witnessing it develop during such a sensitive time served as a reminder of how important those relationships were. "How about staying for dinner?" The short silence was broken by Kim's suggestion. "Tonight, we could all use a little company." After a brief moment of hesitation, Shantel nodded. With a gentle yet sincere smile, she said, "I'd like that." The three of them found a rhythm of casual talk and laughs as the hours went by. The room was filled with long shadows as the sunlight outside turned to a warm golden glow. The strain of the day had subsided, but now there was a sense of hope and the unbreakable ties of family and friendship. The chamber was still warm as the first stars came out in the evening sky. It was a healing moment for all of their hearts, not just Jamal's physical body. They proved that even in the midst of uncertainty, love and connection could produce a light strong enough to vanquish the deepest fears by finding strength in one another. This gossip is over. If you liked the video, then give your opinion in the comment box and stay with us by subscribing the channel. Thank you.